Hello viewer, welcome to Chungu Jamii. I'm your host Eunice Mugo. Today on the show we are going to talk about how to bring up or raise a successful child or children. What is it that what comes in your mind first when you hear about bringing up a successful child? Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 2144. I'm not alone. I have a guest with me who is going to help us to understand better how to bring a successful child. I will allow him to introduce himself. Welcome, guest.
Okay, good morning, viewers. I hope you're doing fine. Thank you for watching GBS TV, Chungu Jamii, and you are welcome as you watch us. Thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Yeah.
You didn't tell us your name, so that the viewer can know.
I'm sorry. My name is Mr. Moses Ndungu, Director, Children's Garden, Home and School. Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Moses.
Thank you.
To start with our topic today, how to raise a successful child. You said you're a director of a garden, home and school. Maybe to tell us briefly what you do and what inspired you to do what you do today.
Okay, I run a children's home and school in Dagoretti, which started in the year 2001. So I've been there all those years. I work with the children, vulnerable children. These are street children, orphans, abandoned, and also abused cases. So those are the children that I'm working with. In Children's Garden, of course, we have children and youth. So altogether, it becomes a family. Yeah.
Interesting. I think you're the best candidate for this conversation.
Yeah.
Because like you've said and you had mentioned before that the children gardens and school has been there for the last 23 years.
Yeah.
Having been there, what inspired you to start it? What did you see that was missing in our society that drove you to that point to start a home and a school?
Yeah. If I recall back, when I was a small child, my dad definitely somehow separated with my mom. So I was brought up by my mom. And the good thing, my mom showed me my dad, because as I heard from my mom, she was sent away when I was only 6 months old. So when I grew up and I understood, I came in my sense, my mom definitely showed my father. So we lived with my father in the neighboring village. And I grew up seeing my father working, decent, with, of course, he married with the other family. My stepbrothers were always in suits, they were eating well. On the other side, my mom was really struggling with my brothers, sisters. In total, we were 8. So she was, for her to get earning, she was brewing this local brew, busa. And we were somehow struggling with life, which made me almost was almost becoming a packing boy. By those times, they were not called street boys; they were called packing boys. And of course, my mom was very strict, so I did not have that chance to join the streets. Then in my heart, I said, let me work hard in school. I worked hard, and in my heart, as any other children says when they grow up, I want to be so and so. Then in my heart, I said, I want to work hard in school, and when I grow up, I want to support the children who are suffering like me. And I don't want to become like my father. So I grew up with that. And after my college, after my education, I went into business, here and there, but I still felt that I'm not supposed to be there. And my heart was really taking me towards supporting the children. In 2001, we had so many street children in the streets, because you remember that time there were these tribal clashes in Wasingishu and most of those parts. So there were many children in the streets. So then I decided, now let me go and serve these children. That's when I started in 2001. But before that, I had volunteered. I had worked with another home in Eldoret called Muli Children's Family. I think the director of that home, by those years that I worked with him, he really mentored me and made me now to join now the street and work with those children. Yeah, that's my journey.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just listening to you, because going out, especially with the African setup tradition, it's not easy, especially with the African men, bringing in children who they have not sired and raising them as their own. A lot fight with that. Even today, finding with the current generation that we are in, with the current era that we are in, we are having a lot of single parents. Back then, they were there. Like you said, you brought up with a single mom, but it was not as loud as it is today. Right now, comfortably, a lady will tell you, just want a baby. I don't want to get married. I don't want responsibilities of a family. I just want to take care of my child. That's it.
Yeah.
Doesn't want more pressure that comes with life. Having that you're an African man and now wanting to bring up children who are not yours, but children who you feeling they are going through what you went through and helping them.
Yeah.
What are the challenges as an African man? Now going to the street, you being said you have volunteered, being mentored, maybe that one had helped, but what are those challenges that you face? Especially from now, your family, your relatives, and the society at large, whereby when they look, unajua, it's easy for a woman to do such a thing, but not a man. Yes.
Yeah, I just want to say it's not easy, because you know, when you're working with the children who are not yours, of course you don't know their background. They just come and you take it on. And also, on the other hand, there's your immediate family. They're there. They want also their private life. They want my wife, my children. They have their own life. We have family like brothers, sisters, and also parents. So whatever you're doing, some may feel that maybe you're denying them what is theirs. So what I need to do as a man, as a father, just to sit with them and talk to them and let them understand, because I carry the vision. Maybe they don't carry the vision. My children, maybe they don't carry that vision, or my brother, or my sister, or my parents, or even my wife. So the first thing you need to do is you sit with them down, you let them understand where you are coming from and where you are going and why you are doing that. If they understand, then they'll support you. If they don't understand, then it will be a struggle. And the vision you have, whatever God has given you or directed you to do, then it might have a lot of challenges. So the first thing is to let the people surrounding you, the family, understand what you are doing, where you come from, and where you are going. And let them understand that what you're doing is from God. Yeah.
Interesting. You mentioned something to do with your own biological children and also your wife. And also them feeling denied what is rightfully theirs. How was it? Did you start a home and a school after you had married and started your own family, or the family came in later? And how was it for your wife if he's not carrying the same vision as you are?
I started when I had a family. Yeah, so as I said, for the wife, I had to sit her down. I had to sit her down. And like, if I give you an example, I live there with with all the children, the 200 children. I live with them there. But I had, on the way, I had some differences with my family, because because I have the vision and I know what I'm doing, I wanted to live with these children, because I felt that I need to live with these children so that they can see the father figure. So that I did not want to be coming there, to be reporting like I'm coming to job or to work. I wanted to live with them so that these children who are fatherless, when they come to that home, they see a father figure, so that I can be able to be with them, to sit with them. They see me 24 hours, and they feel they have a father. But on the other side, maybe my wife or my children, they wanted their private life. So we had, I don't want to go in deeply, but we had some struggles. And with these struggles, I had to stand. Even though it was so tough, sometimes even I cry, but I had to stand, because it was a God-called mission. So I could not say, let me follow my family or let me follow what they want. So I stood on my farm until standing firm. I don't stand firm and I quarrel them, I tell them if you want to leave, leave. No, I still continue to talk to them so that they can understand what I'm carrying over my back. And later, my wife understood, my children understood. So this time they're happy with the whole family. My wife sits in the office while I'm here. She's in the office working. When I'm going wherever, she's there working. Now she's happy. Now she has also understood what her husband was doing with these children. Yeah.
Interesting. And also your child have aligned with the same vision.
And my children, they're happy. Also, they're helping me with the
work. There
work.
was no any time where you feel, you know, as you're starting, you know, that is that competition. Even without bringing in children that are not yours, just by the fact that you have more than one child, they compete amongst themselves. Oh, you're giving him more attention than you're giving me, you're giving her more attention than you're giving me. There are always those siblings fights. How was it now that they are not sibling fighting, but rather now they are your children against the vision that you have?
You know, you have to balance. Definitely that was there. Because my children could hear some saying, when other children call me dad, say, no, this is not your dad. Yeah? Then when I try even to hold, you could see my children also coming and trying to
the jealousy is
the
there.
Jealousy is there. And maybe it's so much when maybe they come in the house, maybe my child can say, no, please, can you go out first? So these things were there. But I was the one to let them understand that this is God who has called us to do this as a family. So let us accept these children. They are our children. And even some could quarrel with them. They could call my children, some could call them names, but my children come crying. Then I had to balance. I had to balance and make sure that this child, because also this child understands I'm the father. You know, they cannot come and tell me, are you my biological father? No, they know, all of them, these ones, they are my biological, my blood children. So there's that strong attachment. And also the others, because I brought them, so they also want that attachment. So there's that struggle. But I thank God because God gave me that wisdom to balance the two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So moving on now, you have started a home.
Yeah.
The struggles are there.
Yeah.
You're still holding on tight to the vision.
Yeah.
And here you are, 23 years later.
Yeah.
How has the journey been? What are the children that you look and help? Because as we were talking before, you said if I'm among the people that I want to be helped. If I don't want to be helped, I'm only going to frustrate you. How do you narrow down to see the people who you're going to bring in to help and those that are not willing to be helped, and even you try and they're just like so resistant?
Yeah. Let's first start with the parent. First, we parents, we should not provoke our children into anger. We should not provoke them. We should love our children. The second thing, we need also to discipline our children. Okay? So, as parents, when I say provoking, some of this provoking it can be even emotional, yeah. So if you see most of our children, you need to be very, very careful when they won't talk to them, when they're talking to you, when they want to tell you something, when they need you. So you can provoke them not just by abusing them, but even assuming them. So we should not assume them. We should not abuse them. We should not be away for so long. So these children, they need their parents. They need the fathers, they need the mothers. So create time for your children. Listen to them. You are the role model of your children. Be a friend to your children. Laugh with them, joke with them. Yeah? And let these children understand you. If you become a father who is reachable, by your children, then it will also help you to understand your children. Because when it's that way, then your children will not have they'll not have private, maybe they'll not have private things that maybe this one I can tell my dad, this one I cannot tell my dad, this one I can tell my mom, this one I cannot tell my mom. So when you become a friend to your children, you will become friends, and you will sit with them, you will discuss, and they'll give you their heart. So you are going to understand your children. So like for me, when I was growing up, I don't remember when I was a small child, I asked my father anything. Everything I could put by myself, because I never stayed with my father. So I knew him. But hakuna vile ningeweza kumwambia chochote. But on the other side, my mom, we were together with my mom every day, every time. So all the issues that I had, I could tell to my mom. But my father, no. And on the other hand, my mom was also tough. Tough in the sense that you could not just come and maybe decide to be in discipline and then you forgo it. No, she could deal with you. So what I'm trying to talk to the parents of today, I know the parents of today and the children of today is not like, you cannot put them together with the children of 20 years or 30 years. This time is different. No corporal punishment. So what you need to do when I talk about discipline, the discipline of today is not by corporal punishment. You just talk to your children. You just understand them. You just become a friend to your children. And with that, then you will understand your children and you will be able to work with them. That's what I do. My own children and even the children in the home. We are friends. And that helps me as a parent, as a father, to know what kind of children I'm working with, or I'm working with, or I'm taking care. Yeah.
Interesting. I want us to take a break, but when we come back, I want us to talk now from the perspective of school. How is their schooling like? As a father of many, how now do you now sit them down with their goals, with their visions, and to ensure that what they want to achieve, you're able to support them differently? Because if I want to be a doctor and she wants to be a lawyer, I want to be a business person, we all have different goals, but we are all in the same house. How now do you talk to them individually and listen to them without now, back in the day we had where we do things that our parents want. Today we don't go that way. We go to what the children want. And how do you narrow down to see this one makes sense and this one doesn't make sense? And also talk some sense into this that is not making sense. Yes. Viewer, when we come back, we want to take a short break. Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 244. We'll be back shortly.
When we talk about health, about menstruation health, what does it mean?
Because women are uniquely made, they have something that is called periods, or they menstruate.
That makes us unique.
Every month, and menstruation is very special and pure. When I was growing up, when I started, nobody was talking about it. I only learned when I had my first period, which is called menarche. I am called, I had reusable pads. Our pads are reusable because they are made of cloth. Yes. If we didn't menstruate, they would not be there. So I tell them, boys, you would not be here if there's no menstruating. So how many of you would like to be fathers one day? All of them. So cramps is normal. If you can tolerate, you just try and vumilia. The same towel, face towel, you can dip it in warm water and just place it on your stomach if you are at home.
Right now she's in her early 30s. When she's on period, she gets mad.
You see?
Mental disorder.
She's proposed to, but she can't say yes because her uterus was removed, her ovaries.
Oh my God.
Without her knowledge when she was young.
So through the four gospel books, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, John, we can know the heart of Jesus in depth.
그리고 우리가 느끼는 그 예수님을 성경을 통해 느낄 수 있어서 너무 감사합니다.
And the Jesus that we can feel him through the scriptures, and I'm very thankful about that. Jesus Christ came to this earth for our
죄를
sins.
지셨고
He carried our sins,
십자가에 못 박혀 주고 죄의 형벌을 당하셨고
and he was crucified, and he received the punishment for sins,
무덤에 들어가셨다가
and he was put into the tomb
사흘 만에 부활하셨습니다.
and resurrected in 3 days.
이것이 우리가 말하는 복음입니다.
This is the gospel that we speak,
예수님께 우리 죄를 위해 죽으신 이야기.
about how Jesus died for our sins. The purpose of Jesus being
우리
crucified,
죄를 담당하기 위하여 십자가에 못 박혀 죽으셨습니다.
he was crucified to pay for our
그래서
sins.
예수님 십자가에 못 박혀 죽으심으로 우리 죄가 분명히 씻어졌는데
And through Jesus being crucified, clearly our sins have been washed clean.
참 안타깝게도 많은 사람은 여전히 죄인이라고 말합니다.
However, unfortunately, many people still say that they are sinners.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, viewer, to Chungu cha Jamii. Today we are talking about how to raise a successful child. Have you raised a successful child? What is the story as a child who has been brought up by your parents, by your foster parents, by your guardians, and you feel that you are successful today? What is your story? Send in your question, your comments across all our social media networks, that's GBS TV Africa, or SMS line is 21144. So, Mr. Moses, before we went on a break, I had asked a question. How are you able to talk to these boys and girls with their different goals, with their different visions, with their different dreams, to be able to make sense to those who are not making sense, and to be able to nurture those who are making sense, and also mentor them at the same time?
No, you know, let me take my own family, because one, or the 200 children. So because I know they have dreams, and as a child grows, they have things which they see, they have people, they want to be like somebody, they want to be like you, they want to have this job. So what I usually do is first, that as I told you, you become a friend to these children. And when you're a friend to them, then these children, they're the ones now. Instead, you ask them, because if you ask them, they might lie, or they might answer you. They give you an answer for the sake of giving you an answer. Yeah? So when you become a friend to them, then when you become a friend to somebody, then they're the ones now who will want to talk to you. They want to tell you what they are feeling and what they're thinking and what they would become. So as parents, the first number one, what you need to do is to become our children's friends. We become friends. And when we are friends with our children, they'll be able now to come up and tell you what they want to be and their dreams. So like when most of them, when I talk to them, because because I have different ages in the home, so I don't just talk to them at the same time. What I do, I call them according to the ages. So I just talk to them, we laugh, we talk, and then from the discussion, that's when they'll say what they want to do. For example, I have a daughter whom since childhood, being in school, I don't ask them what they want to become, because you know, as children grow, they change. Whatever they are saying they want to be when they're children, when they become teenagers and youth, they keep on changing. Yeah. So if you ask a child when is a child, you ask them what do you want to become, the child will just say, I want to become the president. Like I asked one of them recently, a girl who we adopted. What do you become? I want to become a president. And I asked her why? Because I want to raise unga. Unga. That's what she knows. But if that child, ukimuuliza baadaye, when she's a teenage or a youth, then she will have compacted her mind and now she knows what she wants. Yeah. So if you're a friend if I'm a friend as a father to this girl or to this boy, then maturely when they are growing, they'll be able to come out clearly and tell you what they want. If you're a friend to them, if you become a friend, a friend will not provoke, isn't it? So a friend will listen. So these are the things that I'm telling the parents to do. Will not provoke, will listen. And also, you need to be an example. If you want to if you are a friend to your child, you need not provoke them. You need to be an example. And also, the third one I said, you need to not provoke them. You need to be. You need not provoke them.
You need to be a friend and you need to be an example.
A friend, and also you need to be a role model to them. Okay. Because, for example, if you're a parent, and because when they're youth, that's when you ask me if you need now to give them rules when to come home, but when to come home, when they want to come, when they are late outside, they need to call you. If you're an example, and you yourself you come home early, they also follow you, because children learn more from what they see. Okay? So if you're a parent who comes home early, and if you're late, you tell them where you are, then these children, they will grow up
but there is an eventuality of life, you know.
Yeah.
Sisi kama watu wadogo, tunapenda sherehe, tunapenda raha.
Yeah.
Now, if you've gone out with friends, now I'm talking about those who are in maybe campus, college. That is the exploration stage, whereby you just want to interact, mingle, go out. You know, that is also the stage where a lot of children rebel, especially if you do not allow them to go out and have fun, as opposed to you confining them and being so strict and rigid to their rules and regulations, and opposed to giving them that freedom and the space to make their own mistakes.
Don't be strict to your children.
Why?
Don't be strict. What I say, be a friend to your children.
So at that stage where you're being friendly and not being that strict, if they're going out, and you know, even you, when you're having those good friends that you have that meaningful conversation and meaningful time, you barely realize you started talking for like an hour and you're like, aya, ni saa tisa. You don't even realize time has gone, and you're like, you're supposed to be at home right now.
Yeah. What you do, you let your children flow in this life, eh? You let them flow.
Interesting.
Yeah? Because you don't put restrictions. What you do, if they are late, if you know, you just guide them. You guide your children. You don't take them away from their friends. Okay? What you do, you guide them. You talk to them. You tell them now. Because if you're a friend, I told you, if you're a friend to your children, they'll tell you everything. If they want to go out, they'll tell you they want to go out. But if you're not a friend to them, when you are rules and regulations, you are rules, then they'll hide and they will not come out. They'll not bring their heart out to you. They'll not tell you everything. But when a friend to them, they'll tell you. I have my daughter. We are so close, very close. And she even tells me, even if a boy tries to seduce her, she tells me. Because we are friends, okay? If she goes out, we sit down and we agree. We put a program, we say, okay, you go, but take care. Make sure the friends you're going with, they are good friends, because you have that power to choose friends. You are the one, you are supposed to choose your friends.
Sure.
If you want to choose bad friends, that's in your hands. If you want good friends, that's in your hands. So choose good friends. Wherever you go, take care, know where you are, and please, let's remain in communication, because anything bad can happen to you. And I need to know, as a parent, I need to know where you are. Okay? So have conversation with the children. Talk to them a lot. And the other thing I said, don't be away for long for your children. Those children, they need you. You are the parent. You are the role model to your children. Okay?
Sure.
So be there. And that's why I decided to live in the children's garden home. That's why I have a house there. That's why I live there. So that those children, they can see me every day. But if I'm a person, I start a children's home, so I come just once, I go and I stay with my immediate family, then I come once a week, then those children, they'll not grow with the father figure, and they'll not be my friends. They'll become friends to the staffs who don't have that vision, maybe who don't have that passion, because for them, they come for work, but for me, I'm there as a parent.
Sure.
Okay? So what do I want to tell you, and what I want to tell the parents? Let us be friends to our children. If you want to bring up successful children, first, let us be friends to them. Urafiki, tukue marafiki na watoto wetu. Let them, sometimes even I told you, you can even laugh with your children, you can joke with them. Unaelewa?
We need to draw some lines. You say,
Yeah.
we say those healthy boundaries whereby unajua mimi ni mama, mimi
Yeah.
si friend.
No.
Na mimi ni friend, na mimi si. You know, there are those, when you're talking about all this,
Yeah.
we have issues whereby when you're talking and you're listening to children, they say definitely we cannot bring them how we were brought up.
Yeah.
That one goes unquestioned.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you realize that there is that healthy boundary that I've mentioned where they also need to know that kuna this tone whereby you know this is dad being serious and this is dad joking, and they can be able to differentiate the two. Moving on, I can see we are running out of time. I want us to talk about, we bring up children, even our own biological children, the best way we know how as parents. But we're not certain of tomorrow how their outcome will be. But we are very hopeful they'll be good people of the society. But the choices they make, they are individual. Some are, like we mentioned before as we were talking, if you're trying to help children, the street children who do not want help, they'll frustrate you because they're there by choice.
Yeah.
So I want us to talk about those decisions that we do make, the good decision and the bad decision. You've mentored, you've grown them, but they end up choosing those, good or bad, depending with that child. Now, I want you to illustrate to us those who make bad decisions and what they become, if you have any, and also those who have made the good decision and they have been able to succeed. And right now you can look and count and attest and say, hey, these ones, they have been able to come and achieve A, B, C, D, and now they are these people in the society, and how now they are alumni and nurturing the young ones that are coming up. Because, like you said, children do and they see what is happening. If I'm in as an alumni and I've succeeded, you'll be like proudly saying, you see, her was here. And even if I come to visit, I'll be saying, I came here. Well, I was this young. These are my milestones. These are my stories.
They
and here I
become
am
examples
today.
to the others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what are those things that you can touch in both sides of the coin?
Okay, when children grow, of course, as you say, the characters now will come out.
Sure.
Now you'll see now the ones who are becoming, they don't behave. Some now they start now going their way, and maybe controlling them becomes a problem. So maybe what I will, because we don't have miracles here. It's just what we need to do as parents. We should not give up. We should not give up. We need to keep on talking to our children. And the ones maybe, for the children in the home, I told you with the background, maybe they were hurted. They were so much hurt before they joined the home. Maybe that one still is with them. So in this process, as a parent, if you feel that this child is now unbearable, we cannot now control that child, bring in maybe your friends, bring in counselors.
Sure.
Yeah? Bring in pastors. Yeah? But you as a parent, don't give up. Try to look for people that maybe they listen. Even their friends, if they know they have somebody they listen to, just go and talk to them and tell them, now, help me talk to this child. But never give up. Never give up.
Do you have parents who do that?
Sorry?
Like realistically?
Now I'm talking to the parents.
To do that?
What to do, yeah? And of course we have, Of course we have, Of course we have. I'm one of them, okay?
What's the percentage in a ratio of 1 to 10? Because when you're saying that, I'll be like, that's being, how we were brought up and how you see the African society.
Yeah.
Parents don't go out saying that nimeshindwa kulea. They barely do. Like, you know, if you're not listening to me, I'll be like, if you're not listening to me, how are you going to be able to listen to that other person? Like, I don't want, it's not easy to lose to someone else in the sense, not lose, but in the sense of knowing I'm not able to talk to my child to listen to me as a parent. And my child is able to listen maybe to a teacher, maybe to a friend, more than I am.
You know
It's
what I believe?
frustrating for a parent.
You know what I believe and what I know? This thing come up, but in higher percentage, if you talk to your children, you become a friend to your children, and you become a role model to them, they'll follow what you do, and mostly they'll support you. They'll want to be. No, I admire my father. I admire my mom. The lifestyle of my mom, the lifestyle of my dad. Yeah, they'll come up as you. Okay. Like for example, I have one of them who started. Definitely, eventually, I heard that he's using drugs. Yeah, my son, and from people, from friends. Yeah, and the first thing I did is now to talk to him with non-stop. And I give him even examples. My example, not other examples, my example. I told him, have you ever seen me smoking? Have you ever seen me drunk? Have you ever seen me taking drugs? Then, where did you get this one from? And you sometimes they need also to understand your two sides. One side, when they are doing good, when they are disciplined, you are a good father and nice father. But when they try to be in discipline, then you don't start cursing them or telling them very heavy words, but talk to them, give them example of you, okay? Because if you have been smoking or if you have been taking alcohol, if your child starts taking alcohol, it's very hard. Kwenda kumwambia now, why are you doing that? Because that child or that teenage or that youth copied from you.
True.
So parents, wherever we are, let us be a role model to our children. And most of the children that you see will be using drugs and maybe in one way or the other, if you follow their story back, there's something there's something bad which happened on their way. But if a parent is careful since childhood, working with her children or his children, in being an example, then I don't think those children will go astray. I don't think they'll start doing things against you. They'll respect you, and they'll want to make you proud because they want to follow your example. But most important thing, don't be away. Kama ni wazazi, be with your children most of the time. Wherever they are, let you know where they are going. Just discuss with them, talk to them. Now today, Dad, I want to go to town. Ask them, where do you want to go? You're going to do what? Let them tell you. Let them talk to you. But usiweke restrictions. Just tell them, if you go, advise them. If you go, these are things you are supposed to check on. If you are going, they are bad friends, please don't go. Please, I request, just request them. Usiwafungie waambie now, you are not going. They will go. Okay? They will go. Yeah? Just discuss with them. Vile una discussing na your friend. Your friends, you discuss issues in a lovely way. Unaelewa? Yeah? Even your husband, even my wife, how you discuss things. Yeah? The same to children. That's what they want. Even though wanataka.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and when you do that, then, nimesema hakuna miracle. You will raise up children in a successful way. Utaona watakuwa successful. Hata kama sio, in our African mind, we only think mtoto akiwa successful in education. It's not education. Character. Hata mtoto anaweza kosa elimu But when that person is disciplined, will go places.
True.
And he will do wonders.
Sure.
Only discipline. So let us start with discipline. First, let them fear God. Second, discipline. Alafu, you will see what God will do for them. Only that. Na
Success will
tusijipe. And you know, also these, you find parents, they are so busy. The children are just left with the house helps, with the gardeners.
But here, you know, that one comes when you were brought up with a lot of lackings,
Yeah.
and you're like, I want to provide for them. I want them to experience everything I was not able to experience. That is the mind that we have.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll continue this conversation online with our viewers.
Okay.
I'm being told we are running out of time.
Okay.
So maybe your parting shot.
Okay.
Give us a parting shot.
Okay. So I think that's what I want to say. We just bring up our children, fearing God. We also love them. Let's not provoke our children. And by that, we are going to raise up children who are successful. And let us not have a lot of restrictions. Just discuss with them, listen to them, and then the result will be the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moses, for
Yeah.
honoring our invite. Viewer, let's continue this conversation online across all our social media networks. That's GBS TV Africa. Our SMS line is 21144. Till next time, have a nice time. Goodbye.
Everywhere, GBS.